Namaskar, and we resume our reading from Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Krunantiye Bhurida Janaha. Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita Pratham Bhag, Pratham Khanda, Dvitiyo Purichhed. Yesterday we have seen Sri M having his first vision of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is sitting in his room in Dakshineshwar facing east and talking to the devotees who are sitting in front of him on the floor, talking about the Lord, Hori Katha Kohite Chen. And now, in the next passage, in today's passage that we are going to read, we hear for the first time in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, for the first time we listen to Thakur's words. And Thakur will be talking about Kormotyag Kokhon, when one's karma gets over. Master Daraiya অবাক হইয়া দেখিতেছেন, তাহার বোধ হইল যেন সাক্ষাৎ শুকদেব ভগবত কথা কহিতেছেন, আর সর্বতীর্থের সমাগম হইয়াছে, অথবা যেন শ্রী চৈতন্য পুরীক্ষেত্রে রামানন্দ স্বরূপাদি ভুক্ত সঙ্গে বসিয়া আছেন ও ভগবানের নাম গুণ কীর্তন করিতেছেন. Now, this is the example Sri M has given, seeing the gathering of Thakur and his devotees, the way Thakur is talking to the devotees. Sri M initially is standing near the door and it is speechless, obak, speechless and looking inside that beautiful scenario, Thakur and the devotees. And seeing that scene, Thakur with his disciples, which thought came to Sri M's mind? M thought as if Shukadeva himself, he is talking about the Lord. And all the holy places, as if all the holy places have come together at one place there in the room, in Sri Thakur's room at Dakshineshwar. That was the tremendous feeling Sri M had. Or as if Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is with his disciples Ramananda, Swarupa and other devotees. They have all gathered at the holiest of the holy place, Puri, Sri Jagannath Puri. And they are chanting and singing the Lord's name. So just after having the first vision of Thakur talking to the devotees, Sri M thought about these two scenarios, as if Shukadeva himself or Sri Chaitanya himself is talking to his disciples, chanting and singing the name of the Lord. Thakur bolitechen. Now this is for the first time in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We get to know from M the words spoken by Sri Ramakrishna. Thakur bolitechen, যখন একবার হরি বা একবার রাম নাম করিলে রোমাঞ্চ হয়ে অশ্রুপাত হয়ে, তখন নিশ্চয়ই যেন যে সন্ধ্যাদি কর্ম আর করতে হবে না, তখন কর্মত্যাগের অধিকার হয়েছে। কর্ম আপনা আপনি ত্যাগ হয়ে যাচ্ছে, তখন কেবল राम नाम की हरि नाम की शुद्ध ओंकार जपले हलो. Thakur, these first words in the Gospel, Sri Ramakrishna is telling us the stage when our works will drop off. Works in a sense, in the ritualistic sense. When the stage comes that just once reciting the name of Ram or Hari, reciting the name of the Lord, we get the horripilation. Hair stands on their end. Oshrupat hoye, when tears start flowing from our eyes, just once listening to the name of the Lord. That is the stage. When Sandhyadi kormo ar korte hobe na, you don't have to do the rituals like Sandhya and other rituals. That is the stage when all the ritualistic works, they drop off. Kormo apna apni tyag hoye jache. And that time, only Ram Naam or Hari Naam, the Lord of the God, or just simple Shuddha Omkar Joplai Holo, simply reciting Om itself will do everything for you. What a wonderful message. The first message that Sri M got from Sri Ramakrishna. And that was as if Sri Ramakrishna had put the bait and this fish was getting hooked onto that bait to lose himself forever in the wonderful blessings of his master Sri Ramakrishna. And Abar Bolilen, again Sri Ramakrishna further said, Sandhya Gayatri te loy hoye, Gayatri abar Omkare loy hoye. After explaining the stage when one's ritualistic worship drops off, Sri Ramakrishna further said, and at this stage, again there is a stage when the Sandhya, the ritualistic worship during the evening time and the early morning time that the Brahmins they do, or even the Kshatriyas they do. This Sandhya gets merged in Gayatri. So you don't have to perform an elaborate worship of Sandhya. Automatically when you repeat Gayatri mantra, it is as good as doing the Sandhya worship. And further Thakur says, again, the Gayatri merges into Om. So these are the stages of dropping off of our ritualistic worshipping tendencies. But when this is possible? When just by once hearing the name of the Lord, we get horripilation, the hairs stand on their end. Tears start falling down from our eyes as if we are crying profusely just after listening once the name of the Lord. So that is the first teaching Sri M has received from Sri Thakur in that wonderful drama that Thakur is playing, wonderful Leela that Thakur is playing with his disciples and devotees. With that, we end today's passage, and tomorrow we will see further what made Sri M. Come to Sri Ramakrishna. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishna.